Welcome back everyone. This one's actually been in my shop before. The owner said that he had it in storage in the heat. We're in South Texas, so it gets pretty hot. If you don't have air conditioning, your garage can get 120 degrees or hotter, depending on your garage. He said he tried playing on this and the sound did not sound the same. It sounded lower in volume. Don't really know what that means. Could be lower tones, could be lower volume. Who knows? What I do know is that he's not happy and we're going to try to make him happy and try to see what's going on with this amp. This is a RANDALL RG80ES. So it's a RANDALL 80 head, and let's go ahead and open it up and see what's going on. In case you don't know who I am, I'm Robert Saldana. I like to fix these things. Stomp that like and let's get started. So before I open this thing up, I want to play through it and see what it sounds like and kind of get an idea of what is going on. Now on this one, there actually is two inputs. There's a low input and a high input. So we're going to try them both to make sure both of them work. Okay, so I'm going to start by opening this up. There's a little bit of weird noise and turns on. You can hear a hum. There's two channels on this amp. We have channel 1, channel 2. I don't know which is which, they're not labeled, so right now it's on the bottom one, so I'm assuming it's going to be channel 1, but let me check. Got some noise. Okay, so this thing has scratchy pots and I'm not too sure how this amplifier works, because even on both channels we have 1 and 2. This one just added noise, and then this one control the volume on both. So let me do a little bit of research and find out exactly how to control this amp. Alright, so a couple of things with this amp. If you don't know how this amp works, we have high gain input, which this one does not have any resistance going to ground, so it's full signal going in. Then we have -6 dB. This one has a resistor going to ground, and that lowers the signal. And then we have channel 1 and channel 2. Now, there's a foot switch in the back, but there's actually a pin out, so we're only using channel 1. And the way it works is, if you want clean, you gotta boost your main volume on the way, and then we will use this as our volume. And it's very sensitive though, and the pot is very scratchy, so even if I plug this in, it's extremely loud. So I'm getting a lot of hum. I'm getting a lot of interference, and I don't like it. There's a hum coming from the power amp section. There's a hum coming from the preamp section. This amp is from early 80s, you know, probably. I don't know this timestamp. I'm gonna open it up and find out. So yeah, let's go ahead and open it up and see what we're working with. This one's going to be fairly easy to open up. I don't see any side screws at all. It's just these 4 screws right here. So let's go ahead and open her up. Alright, so this is what we are looking at. It's a pretty straightforward circuit. Let me see if I can get this at a good angle. So I don't have anything plugged in. I'm pretty safe. These are my reverb input output. And when I look at this, I look back at some of my old work. So I installed these caps a while back. They look like they're good. I have 120 cycle hum, and that's one problem I'm going to try to alleviate as much as I possibly can. This is a very old amplifier. Look at this guy right there. That guy needs to be replaced. That guy needs to be replaced. Pretty much all these caps need to be replaced. They're extremely old. It's good to do these in a section at a time. Now I don't have a schematic for this. I'm going to see if I can find one on the internet before I replace any of these caps. But this is the inside of a RANDALL RG80ES. Just to give you a quick idea of what's happening with the signal, you have your main input comes into here, and then it's going to go into my channel gain, then to my volume to my EQ. Now my EQ has a treble, push and pull, but the treble, it adds gain only to channel 2, not channel 1. And then presence, reverb, and then it goes to our output. Power amp section is right there. Got those old school transistors, and then from there it goes to our speaker output right here. This is our reverb foot switch, effects send, effects return. So this is what we're working with. I need to tackle one thing at a time. I've already replaced these capacitors 5 years ago, and there's no way that these guys will go bad in 5 years. There's no leakage. They look pretty good. I have a feeling that we're getting hum from somewhere else. I don't know what that trim pot does, so I'm gonna have to look that up. Let me see what I can find on this amplifier. So I want to go ahead and check a couple of things. I'm going to check continuity on this switch because I want to make sure that this switch is wired correctly, and the back of this has like these wires connected because there's no foot switch. So in order to be on channel 1, he has one side connected, but I don't know if that's correct, because if I check the foot switch, these two have continuity. It's very difficult to get in there, I'm not gonna lie. But it looks like this white wire is what's connected. So I should be getting an red LED should be on. It's weird. This is black LED. Okay. Huh. So with that being said, red wire's coming in here and then it's touching here. So I have a feeling that this is power. I'm sorry if I am all over the place. So we have a switch here, and I have a feeling that there's power coming out of that into this here. I'm gonna check power really quick. Anytime you do this, you gotta make sure everything's off. I'm going to put this on the maximum voltage just because I'm hearing a hum coming out of the transformer. My LED is pulling negative 0.2, negative 25 milliamps, and my red is pulling negative 30. When that hits ground, when that switch hits ground, it should turn on. I'm going to work with this LED first because I want to see it turn on. LED is connected here and here. With this switch like this, then that LED should turn on. That's what I want. That way I can kind of work my way towards getting this to working, right? Make sure this is halfway. Why is it not lighting? I'm spending a lot of time trying to get an LED to work, but you know, you have to build your way up. Okay, so I readjusted the pin setting on this foot switch, and what I want is signal from here to this. That's good. This capacitor is kind of messed up, not gonna lie. I want to replace it. Let me look at my schematic real quick. According to this one is a 35 volt 4.7. This one's a 10 UF 50 volt. It looks pretty messed up. So I'm just gonna see if I could find one. Hopefully I have one of these, and I'm going to change it. Okay, so I'm going to add this capacitor back, replace the old one. Going to add this back. Alright, so I went ahead and changed out that capacitor. Now I'm going to check out this board. I'm going to screw in a couple of screws so that nothing's loose. In case anything's supposed to be grounded, it'll be grounded again. I'm going to start with this corner one over here. Then I'm going to do this other corner. That one's not grounded. This one looks like it is. You can tell if it's grounded when it has like a metal pad underneath it. That one's good. That one's good. Alright, I'm going to wait because I might need to unscrew stuff again. Here we are. We're back to square one. I'm going to turn off my solder iron. I'm going to clear my space a little bit. I need to run away. So before I plug a speaker in or do anything, I want to check voltage again. Basically, I want to make sure I get that to the 0.6 volts as before. I'm kind of going to check voltages again. If anything weird happens, I'll just kind of go from there. This needs to be reconnected. Effects in, effects return. This is important. Make sure it locks in. I'm going to put this on 20. I'm going to check voltage here first. I'm still at negative 17, which is pretty high, to be honest. I'm going to check voltage here. And what's weird is I think I'm supposed to be getting a voltage here. I think I'm supposed to be getting negative 27. Okay, so this one's at 5. Let's see if I can get it to 6. Even then, it did not help. So I am back to the drawing board, and I'm wondering why I'm not getting a negative 27 volts over here when I should. I'm gonna keep on trying this thing. Who knows what it is. I don't like that this is at negative 17. I mean, yeah, it's plus or minus, it's a tolerance, so technically it's within that. And if it works, it works. I'm not getting weird stuff over here. 24, 12.4, 42. See, I'm pulling a negative voltage here where the speaker is. It's very light. It's like -2, -1, and it's probably just the hum from the amp. Let's plug in the guitar. Yeah, that noise is there. There's hum coming from this transformer as well, which is not good. That's not supposed to happen. So let's, I'll keep you guys posted on what I do with this one. Make sure and click subscribe if you want to stay updated on this. If you have any comments or if you have any feedback on what I should do, go ahead and let me know. This amp has been on my mind. I gave myself some time to think about this. I came in here this evening and I wanted to check out why is it that the LEDs don't work. And I had a feeling that maybe there's a relation onto why some of the voltages that I'm not getting, they're all having to do with the same thing. I'm also getting a slight hum on my transformer, which is pretty normal, but because this is old. But there's just something that just bothered me. And then I came here right now and I wanted to find the resistors that go to the LED. So I found them, and there's actually 2 of them. I don't know which one is which. I'm gonna zoom in. And there they are. You could see it in the camera. Cracks. Cracks on both of those resistors. So then, okay, let me check them. Okay, so we have 4 resistors. All of them are coming after the rectifier. They go into those resistors and then into the capacitors for filtering. If I check this one, it's 1.5. Of course, there's a tolerance, right? 1.5. Nothing. Nothing. Now this one you can clearly see the crack, and you may have seen it in the camera. This one as well, but it's right where the brown is. So you can't really tell that it's there. And it's there. So there is no current running into this. The negative voltage that I was getting from the LEDs was something else. It was not where it was supposed to be. That means that this voltage as well, I was supposed to be getting a negative 27 volts. I'm not getting that. That is probably making the transformer overwork. That's why it's humming. And if I replace those 2 resistors, it may fix everything. I don't need to replace any capacitors. So I'm going to do this tomorrow, and I'll give you guys an update. Make sure and stomp the like, click subscribe, and keep updated on this Randall head. I'll see you guys tomorrow.